We're going to break down what's in a CHBRP report and give you some tips on how to quickly find the major takeaways. The general structure of most reports is as follows: key findings, policy context, background, medical effectiveness, cost impacts, and public health impacts. There's a lot in each report. If you're short on time, focus on the key findings, which is a quick summary of the entire report, and Table 1. Table 1 is one of the first items you'll find in most reports and is chock full of useful information. It's basically the entire cost impact section bundled into a single table. If you're interested in the impact of a bill in dollars, this table is for you. Table 1 is usually in the beginning of the report, right after the table of contents. It's broken down into 3 sections: benefit coverage, utilization and cost, and expenditures. It describes what each currently looks like, referred to as baseline, and what CHBRP estimates it would look like 1 year after the bill was enacted, referred to as post-mandate. The benefit coverage section talks about who the bill will impact based on the type of health insurance they have. The utilization and cost section talks about how many people use, or CHBRP estimates will use, the test, treatment, or service. Here you will also see information about cost sharing and the cost paid per item or service. The expenditure section talks about aggregate cost changes due to changes in premiums, which happen because of changes in utilization of services. This is where you'll find how much the state, health insurers, enrollees, and others are responsible for. In the body of the report, you'll find the following: the policy context, which talks about who in California is impacted by the bill, relevant current laws and regulations, if any other states have similar legislation or existing laws, and the analytic approach for the analysis. The background section gives a brief overview of the test, treatment, service, disease, or condition in question. Go here if you're unfamiliar with the subject. It's a good place to look for tables that provide quick data on the prevalence of diseases or conditions. The medical effectiveness section looks at whether the benefit or service is effective in the screening, diagnosis, or treatment of a disease or condition, based on scientific and peer-reviewed medical literature. This is also where you'll find information about potential harms from a service or treatment, if evidence is available. Each section concludes with a summary of findings in case you're short on time. The cost section talks about the assumptions and approach taken to calculate the figures in Table 1. Depending on the bill subject, you'll also find tables that show the per member per month expenditures by market segment at baseline and post-mandate. The public health impact section looks at impacts of the bill on population-level health. In this section, CHBRP also discusses potential impacts on disparities, including disparities by race and ethnicity, and sex or gender. Depending on the request made by the legislature and the data available for analysis, some reports may not include all of these sections. As mentioned at the beginning, if you're short on time, focus on the key findings in Table 1. If you have even less time, check out the 1 to 2 page infographics on select analyses. For more information, visit www.chbrp.org.